Hi there, I'm Peg, and welcome to my studio. Hello, friend. I am working on this little junk journal that was a gift to me from my friend Cindy. Now, I started this during a live, and if you're interested in what we did today, I was chatting with some friends live on YouTube, and you can find that in my live videos. And you may even want to check out their channels to see what they did, because I think they may have added some things on their own channels that are of interest. So I'm just going to use this packaging and some napkins and whatever else I have on my desk. It was just all about play today. We did several different projects. I worked on a canvas that I had done before and I wasn't really satisfied with yet. You know how it is. You work on something, you set it aside, and you decide, okay, what else does this need to make me happy? And I had a whole lot of stuff, just stuff that we gather over the years that I haven't used enough, and I need to go through those things, figure out what is still usable, what isn't usable, and use up the things that are usable and discard those things that are not. So here's a napkin. It's got kind of a brick motif on the background. In the end, I don't think you can really see this. I'm going to glue it down with some collage medium, and we'll just work from there. This is a chipboard cover from a cereal box. Cindy had taken all kinds of her junk mail and cereal boxes and whatever else she had, and had constructed these really cute little junk journals. I think it might be, it's kind of small. That's maybe 4 by 6 or something like that. So it's the perfect size for, working small and getting under a camera like this. So, sorry, we were chatting and doing all kinds of things in between. And sometimes there's some pauses in the video. So I'm just going to get that glued down. It needs to be coated front and back because it's a very porous paper. And you want to be careful when you're working with tissue because it will tear quite easily. Of course, you can see I'm on my phone trying to figure out something else. Cindy had been talking about a sale at Viva Las Vegas Stamps, so, I had to see what was going on with that. Several different things that I was checking on when I should have been paying attention to my videotaping, right? So I apologize. Let me see if I can cut this out. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of different videos of craft room organization. Do you do that? Do you see what other people are doing and how they're organizing things? And I started looking around and I said, I've got a lot of stuff that really needs to be gone through. I've been doing these types of crafts for about 35 years. So that's a lot of accumulation. And yes, I periodically purge. Several times a year I purge, but new stuff comes in and you collect things as you go. You just out and you see a brochure that you like, oh, I should take that home because there might be some graphic that I want to use, or oh, I've made 20 gel prints, I need to hold on to those. Well, no, I don't need to hold on to all 20 of those. I need to pick my favorites and, maybe gift or give away some things. So, if you know me and, you're a member of Art Joy of Sharing, just private message me if you want a happy mail, because, I got stuff. So, anyway, I'm going to glue this down on top of that napkin, and It's a thicker material because it's chipboard that's been inside of the packaging. So I'm going to have trouble keeping some of those corners down, but it also helps to strengthen the page when you're adding something like chipboard to a page. And when you are putting heavier things on a page, you want a heavier foundation. Junk journal pages can consist of anything. It might be tissue, it might be Duralar, it might be fabric, it might be junk mail. You know, that's why they call it a junk journal, because it's got everything in it. You know, it's a kitchen sink kind of journal. So I am just tearing back some of that tissue. This has got to dry down some, so I'm going to let that happen, and then I will be back to work on my page. So I'm going to grab a bunch of stuff. You know, I have bins and tubs and all kinds of things that have not really been sorted or gone through, but I've got some gesso here. I'm going to knock back some of that background by adding a little bit of gesso. First I'm going to seal it with some gel medium, and then I'm going to take some white gesso, because I don't necessarily want to read the words or, you know, see the division lines or any of that. This is just some altered page paper from a magazine where I'd used a stencil and had put the sandpapered through the paper, and the texture from the stencil comes through. And then there's a piece of old map. Just, you know, throwing everything at this page, taking things out of my stash and just playing around. So this process, you know, putting the white on the background and pushing some of that back also helps to make things more homogeneous, that the page starts to come together a little bit better. Now I have this wad of string and twine and all kinds of things, but I decided before I glue that down, I want to add some color to the background. So I'm getting some sprays. I have a variety of sprays, and like I said, some of these are very, very old. Some of these are old fabric sprays. Some of them are newer sprays, but you use whatever you have. This one I think is an alcohol spray that I'd made using archival ink and alcohol. You know, you can make your own sprays, you can colorize things as you wish, but I've done a lot of that sort of thing over time. I think that one was some kind of brown. And now I've got some acrylic ink. This is in a bronze color. I wanted to get some metallic on the page because I like metallic. You guys like metallics? I you know, really like the steampunk grungy look. So I'm going to get some thread, and I'm going to wad that up and glue that down on my page, and glue down that sewed bundle of cloth and threads and things. And that's going to go across the middle, which is going to help to combine the design. You know, it's bringing the eye across and tying that big black space on the left-hand side to the black linear image that's on the right-hand side, so that your eye follows that across. You know, it may look like a junk journal, but there is some thought to how you glue those things down on a page, and so I'm thinking through the process as I do this. It's not just random. And now I've got a little piece of the paper, the, what do they call that? Washi tape, that was left over that I clipped off when I was doing the binding edge, because I had this washi tape and it's got a red X, so I got out my red Posca pen and did some red X's. You know, that too is repeat, and that's another design principle, is when you repeat some of the imagery or shapes or colors, that helps bring the page together. And there's that blue in the background, so I've got a blue Posca and I'm just drawing some little flowery shapes on there that is a repeat of the floral imagery that was in the tissue, and making some linear marks. You know, we've got lines going in one direction, might as well add lines in the other direction. So this is very wet, and so now I need to dry that a bit before I can start doing a whole lot of other things to this page. So I'm looking around, gonna get my pokey tool, because I think what I want to do is some stitching on the page too. I've got some wax linen out, and I'm thinking about, okay, I want to repeat that X motif, but this time I'm going to repeat it with using thread, because this page is going to have all kinds of textural things, threads and cloth and that sort of stuff. So I am just going to poke some holes so that I can stitch my X's with that waxed linen. And try to bring you in here a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing when I stitch. I've got this piece of foam behind the page so that when I poke it through, I'm not poking my finger. And I'm just making the X mark with that thread. And I'm going to move down the page and do several of these X's. So I hope you're enjoying this video, and I hope you do go out and find the live that we did earlier today. You can fast forward through some of it, but we really had fun. We were laughing with the audience and just having a really good time today. And my friends Vicki and Cindy are lovely women. If you don't know them, check out their channels. They've got a lot of good content, you know, years worth of content that you can flip back through and see if there's anything there that interests you. And tell them I sent you. You know, it's nice to know where some of your viewers come from when you're doing things like this. So I'm just going to tie a square knot, and then I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to go over that, because, you know, I'm going to paint and glue and do stuff on the back side of this page, but I don't necessarily want all that knotting and stitching to show through. So I'm just going to glue that tape down over the top so I get a smoother surface, and that'll be ready for the next page that I work on in this cute little junk journal. So I have to thank Cindy for sending this to me. I want to thank you for being here with me today as I created and played, and I hope you take some time out of your life to make something today and just enjoy the process. If you don't know about Art Joy is Sharing, that's a Facebook group that we are members of, and we will be posting things in that Facebook group as we finish them. Pictures will be going up over there. So if you're not a member of that, you may want to join. And also, if you are not a member of my channel, you may want to hit that notification bell so that when we do these lives, because I plan on doing a lot more of these, because it's snowing and it's icky out and I'm not going anywhere. So, you know, when I'm home and we're kind of shut in, as I have been, I will be creating. And if you want to be in the live, then you'll get notification when I'm going to go live. and you can just click on that and it will bring you to the video. And I think this next week I do have a couple more people I might be doing a stream with. So thanks, everybody.